Kendrick Lamar included a very important Black history lesson in his most recent diss against Drake titled Not Like Us. In a diss against Kendrick Lamar, Drake said that Kendrick sounded like he was trying to free the slaves. And so Kendrick responded in Not Like Us by saying, "Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie doubled down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the Mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. Settlers was using townfolk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check." And then, of course, he ends this section with, "You're not a colleague, you're a colonizer." Many railroads in the United States, and especially in the South, were built by enslaved African Americans. And you can learn more about this in the book Redress for Historical Injustices in the United States. There's a chapter in the book titled Railroads, Race, and Reparations by Theodore Cornreble Jr., and it states, "In the 35 years before the Civil War and the end of slavery, railroads in every southern and border state, with the possible exception of Delaware, routinely used slave labor." Despite an incomplete historical record, documents verify the use of slaves on 77% of Southern railroads built by the end of the Civil War. In short, the use of enslaved labor was well nigh universal on antebellum Southern railroads. Slave labor was essential to Southern railroading and therefore to the economy of the South as a whole. It goes on to state, antebellum Southern railroads clearly profited from the use of enslaved African Americans who could be obtained more cheaply and worked more rigorously than free white workers. And here's the kicker. These corporations are still benefiting from that enslavement. Nearly all of the railroads built, it says, before the end of slavery are today owned and operated by 4 of the 5 largest railroad corporations.